So how'd you feel about Kanye?
I was pissed off at Kanye with it.
There we go.
Oh man, I was pissed off at Kanye. I was tweeting about him and everything. I was spelling wrong words. I was pissed off. I don't like what Kanye do to our black race, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what blacks done to him, bro. Like for him to, when he was with all that shit, bro, like.
You mean the White Lives Matter shirt?
Yeah, all that shit. Like,
but I gotta say though, man, come on.
There we
I
go.
know, bro. He just, I don't
T-shirt that said White Lives Matter.
I feel like Kanye.
Did anybody see the front of the shirt?
I don't feel like Kanye.
Who cares? Did anybody see the front of the shirt?
Who cares?
Bro, he say slavery was a choice.
I feel the same way.
I don't.
Me neither.
I don't. You are a slave or your ass gonna die.
So let me ask you a
question. Is your back a choice? Hell no. Nah. So that's slavery.
So if I told you, yo,
I don't agree with nothing Kanye West says about the black. I feel as a person from what I've seen him do and talk about the black people, I feel like he has no love for or respect for the black race.
You think so?
I feel he has no love or respect. I feel he loves the white race more.
But how can we say that about somebody who stood on national television and actually reported the truth of what was going on?
And he said George Bush don't like, but he shows that he doesn't like people.
How?
He said George Bush doesn't like people. Man, everything you see, you got this platform, and you always try to put blacks under the. You say George Floyd. This is what we live off, bro.
Right.
We've been in poverty and detriment too long. You use your platform to disgrace us. Don't know George Floyd. He was up. Fuck that. You say what we saw. He got choked by a white man.
Right.
He has no intentions to give black people their glory. That's no respect. He has no respect for the black race. And I'm a fan of his music. I'm a fan. But as a person, I don't feel. Might have 1 billion people in the world, might feel different. I don't feel that he has no love or respect for the black race.
You know, I think he's a genius, but at some point, don't outthink yourself, nigga. If you got everything in life.
Ego? Do you know the purpose of your ego? It's to protect you.
But his ego is
your ego can be overly protected.
Let me just say this. You don't think something is wrong with that nigga?
You know something's wrong, man.
But no, seriously wrong. Not kind of wrong.
I think something's wrong. I think something's wrong with him. I think something's wrong with Jay-Z.
No, not the way something's wrong with him.
Not like Kanye, though.
Hold on. Because if you look at the norm, these motherfuckers is either very exceptional, or there's something wrong that made them say, nah, I ain't gotta be confined to this shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I can get more than this.
It seems like
I can be more than this. You know what I'm saying? There's not many people who come from the projects that have that type of confidence. Like, I'm gonna be sitting across from the richest people in the world one day having conversations.
You know what I'm saying?
There's not many people. Some motherfuckers go into an interview, they see a white man and they get nervous.
But I'm saying, everything that Kanye is doing is not for us. It's for his ego. Why was he selling the White Lives Matter t-shirts? What the fuck was that all about?
Why was he selling them?
He tried to.
Yeah, and after he got the backlash from that was when all of the field nigga shit came up.
Because didn't white people own Black Lives Matter?
No.
But I'm saying though.
Why not?
Oh, Jesus
Why?
Christ.
So if I wear an Asian Lives Matter shirt,
No.
He's gonna turn on me?
No.
If Asians was having an issue in this world right now, or if Asians was the, you know what I mean, was the focus of discrimination, you know, in some particular way or whatever, and then you highlighted the shit, you know what I mean, by saying the Asians' opposition matter, you know, like. As opposed to Asians, the same thing is co-opting the fucking movement. You know what I mean?
But he just said you need white friends.
You do
so if you need white friends, and he put on a White Lives Matter shirt,
No.
But see, those
who wear that shirt aren't your friends.
Right.
They don't want to be your friends.
Exactly.
If they're rocking a White Lives Matter shirt, they are not your friends.
That's cool.
You need white friends to help you number one, to help you with business, and number two, to show you a different side of a lifestyle that a nigga ain't trying to show you that. Niggas is too busy being tough.
Not necessarily.
Niggas is too, the problem with niggas right now is because they listen to other niggas. They listening, all our shit is built on a false narrative because a nigga's telling you something where he don't want you to get with him and the white man. Most of that shit is a false narrative. They let everybody open up stores but us.
It is.
No.
But who started the narrative? And what purpose does it serve?
It's not true.
People walk around hypnotizing themselves.
It's not true.
Yo, they ain't never gonna let us get up. They ain't never gonna let us. We always fucking shit up. We don't never support each other. If we rehearse that all day long, how's it gonna be?
The white man is the devil. The white man is the devil. The white man, the black man is the devil too.
Anybody, I think that anybody's
Absolutely.
capable of being the devil.
Hey, whoever's in fucking charge is the motherfucking devil.
Look.
Don't give a fuck about nobody underneath.
And I can't agree with that neither. Because all right, so when you come into wealth, the first thought is protect my family. Protect my family, take care of my family. Some of these motherfuckers are so paranoid that they will push everybody else down so that their family is good. That's what these families been doing for years.
Understanding how to make a record, not just do a beat and have somebody rap on. I think you even heard the story where he said he went into the studio with Jay-Z and didn't know how to tell Jay-Z how to rap. Me, I'm fearless, nigga. Spit that again, huh? He was in the studio with me. Get off your own dick, nigga. We try to make a hot record. Jay-Z, work in the can and run, nigga. Lucy your tie. That's what a producer does. Not sit there and just let you rap and say, okay, thanks. That's what he had to learn how to do. He didn't know how to do that because you're just in your room making a beat. There's a whole nother side to this. And that's what 88 Keyz was talking about. There's a magic to this. There is no, so that's why the separation hurt us. Because what he did was take what he learned and put a little kibosh on it as if he created something.
So how's your relationship now?
I mean, when I see him, it's love, but he never gave me the respect and the props that I deserve for where he's at. You never heard him. He did it at the end of a little record. But to let people run with that narrative when you know the truth, and now you have a Mike Dean doing the same thing for you, what's the difference? And all them other co-producers, were they ghost producing for you, Kanye? He'll tell you, fuck no. So why was you doing that for me? And why haven't you corrected the
narrative?
The narrative. Well, that's where it came from. Like,
right. So for a person like me, do I live my life worried about that? Nah, nigga, sleep good at night. Because the facts are the facts. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
I get you.
So what am I supposed to do? Run around and say, Kanye is disrespecting me all the fucking day. You need that nigga run. I didn't need that. I know the facts. That's all I need to sleep good at night.
When I seen everybody try to turn on Ye, I'm like, y'all made that nigga like that. This nigga was making these albums and niggas was saying Ye was God. He this, he that. And then he believed it. That's what it looked like to me. He was in that state. Right. Y'all lifted him up so high. And I'm saying he could do no wrong. Now he walking around this motherfucker like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all champion him to that point and then
the reality strikes.
Exactly.
And they clipped him and needed him again. You know what I'm saying? Clipped them and needed them again.
So that's what these dudes, man. That's what these dudes do, man. This game do. It'll make you think you something you not. Or
how do you avoid that trap?
Keep people around you who are gonna tell you the naked truth and be honest with yourself. That mirror, the most powerful tool in life, is one of these motherfuckers right here. Is that mirror. This is where problem solving starts. And this is a whole lot of problem solving start. People don't want to go to the mirror. Like me, we grown. Niggas know what they should be doing and they shouldn't be doing. Nobody gotta tell us that. Wow. I can get up here and give a whole bunch of excuses or not. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas know what they should be doing. Like the situation with homie. Like if that shit would have went bad in Buffalo, for me or him.
Yeah.
A nigga knew that. Nigga got to go back to that mirror. Nigga can't blame, no nothing.
Right.
People got to go in that mirror. They don't want to start in that mirror. So when I say start in that mirror, is that I know who I need to be around. I know who to listen to. I got people around me who gonna tell me straight the fuck like it is.
Your wife being number one.
Definitely her, City Boy. That's my right hand man. My manager Chase. My lawyer John Jekyllek. These are people who will tell me shit. They say slick shit. They you know what I'm saying? They say what they feel.
Well, I want after graduation, what happened with you and Ye?
Ye started working a different way after that. He started really wanting to have like a lot of cooks in the kitchen, you know, working on one meal type, you know. Right. It'd be different if you say, all right, we'll bring these cats in, we're gonna do an Italian cuisine. Right. Okay, this day we're gonna do a Jamaican cuisine. Oh, we're gonna do Mexican cuisine. But it was just so many different, you know, you walk through the mall and food court and you might get sick because you got the wings over here and the Chick-fil-A and all them.
Yeah, all the scents. And
all them scents and it's kind of with you. I don't even like entering through the food court in the mall no more. Yeah. I like going another way because it me a little bit. Right. So it's kind of like, it's that whole analogy. It was just too many cooks in the kitchen at on the last time. I was in Hawaii, the Dark Twisted Fantasy album. Mm-hmm. It was me, No ID. Ross was out there, Pusha, and that's when he was dating Amber back then. Mm-hmm. Everybody who you have on the album, you know, me and Bink wasn't out at the same time. I think Bink came out there after me. Right. But and I worked on all of the lights, and we had big crazy horns. I had my drums on there, but and I woke up the next day, my drums wasn't there. It was like a whole nother beat. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, where's the other version, dude? He's like, no, man, I like these drums. I'm like, where them drums come from? They're from another producer. So it was kind of like, It was getting caught. Yeah, it changed. I was like, okay, this is how he wanted to do this. Because, you know, on graduation, it was
with your pride, man.
Now, I wouldn't just say pride. It was a thing like, this ain't how we cook.
Bink said it's an integrity thing. Bink was very
because in graduation, it was like one-on-one. And then other producers might come through and work, but it was more intimate about what they were going to do. Right. More than them putting something on my track or me putting something on theirs. Right. Or if anything.
But the collaborative effort, like
the collaborative effort was between me and Ye during the graduation. That's what I'm saying. So I was so used to working like that, and I thought that's how it was gonna work. But just having so many producers, come on, man. Like now when you look at them albums now, look how many songs on there. I mean, how many names on the fucking credits or the writers. Yeah. Man, when you crunch publishing numbers, man, you ain't coming out with.
So it was about the money. It was about the money then.
Wait, hold on. You can't tell me if your name was on all the lights. You can't tell me you coming out.
Man, listen.
How much you made
all of the lights? I didn't get, honestly, man, straight up, Big John Platt was like, man, there's so many people on here, man, ain't worth with this record.
Really?
Yeah, because so many people. Not just a record. It was all right.
How many ways you got
but look how many people was on there.
Right.
It was like, about 15, 20 people?
Not just producers. You got to think about how many artists and writers was on there. Like, so we are the world now. That might be some nice. Right. But when you just think about all the lights, I think, Paul McCartney? It was a long, ain't no telling how much he asked for. For DJ Tube. It's Paul. And some other big artists than him. I mean, other producers, other artists that was just as well known. But yeah, them numbers didn't come up to nothing, man. Like, yeah, it wasn't the same, bro. And I know things change, but I think, when you start producing like that, this whole sound changed. It even took away from what he did, from what he does to a certain extent. Right. Because even with Good Life, he started off playing with the Michael Jackson sample, and I tweaked it and tuned it up back to the PYT key so we could really make it a song. Right. So it's like that collaborative effort made more sense, but to have 4 other producers on here and get a snare from him, and like even when we did Good Life, I raised hell when he wanted to get some drums from Timbaland for Good Life. I'm like, man, this song is ready. Like, right. I want to get some drums from Tim. I'm like, bro, I got drums all in this ASR. You've been fucking with him. What's up?
Kanye was a beat maker when I met him. A beat maker. I'm the producer. I was making better records than he was at the time. He wasn't even around when his songs was made. I think he made a video and said, I sent D-Dot the beat. Next thing you know, there's Eminem on the record. How do you produce that?
Got it.
So it's the difference between beat making and producing.
He created a fantasy for his people that he actually sat in there and him and Eminem was making this thing and he did all this shit and I sat there with holding my dick. Produced by D-Dot. Suck a dick. To all you journalists that have been running with that ghost producing shit, it's the dumbest shit I ever heard. You have to be in the room to be a producer. He was not. Ask him. Call him. He was not. You're not a producer, homie. And there was no such thing as ghosts. It happened one time. Here's the story. Kanye would send beats from Chicago. He moved to New York. Let's talk about this real quick. The Netflix joint starts off with him at a Jermaine Dupri party.
Right.
What year was that? 98. And who was he with? At the beginning, the very beginning of the thing, he's with Mace. And the dude's interviewing him, right? How the fuck is Kanye with Mace?
D-Dot.
So we skipped the first chapter of the movie,
right,
and go right to Kanye's already with Jermaine Dupri and Mace. How? For every effect, there's what?
Cause.
A cause.
Right.
And a because. So, he moves to New Jersey. I meet his mother. He's in Jersey because of me, not because of Rockefeller, to be closer to the game. Because D-Dot is schooling him on record making, not beat making. It's easy to sit in the room and send your beat out, say, I produced that. No, you didn't. You did the beat. When do instrumental albums sell? By themselves. Somebody has to go in and do the actual work. He did none of that. Ghost producing. Ridiculous statement, dumbest statement I ever heard. Now, the one time his name didn't appear was because he sent a beat pack and I was working on Nas's album. Y'all might have heard this record that came out with Nas on the streets illegal. I want to get high, high. He was rapping. I did that. But I also gave him 3 Kanye beats. And he did songs to him. And they never came out. I sat in the room with him. We did these records. Kanye's is wherever he's at. He don't even know these shit's going on. Album never comes out. A few years later, there's this album that comes out called The Lost Tapes. They don't call, ask for no credits. They don't call for nothing. Just produced by D-Dot. So that's the one song his name didn't appear on. And I instantly went and corrected it and called. But back then, it wasn't internet where you could just change the credits and it's changed tomorrow.
Right.
They can't change it. You got to change CD covers. You got to do all this other shit.
Right.
That was on them.
Right.
They didn't pick up the phone and call me and say, what's the credits to the record?
And if
it was
they
years
didn't ship
later.
out a new set of records,
Yeah, they'd have to go through all of that.
no
And it
way
was years later, and it was called The Lost Tape. So they found Papa was a player sitting in the folder. So that's why he didn't get credit for that. Not my fault. His name is next to my name on every record we did together.
Also not
and he
your
got
intention.
all his money, huh?
I said also not your intention.
And also not my intention because I didn't even know the shit was coming out.
Right.
Right.
So they thought you produced it.
I did produce it. He did the beat. So
Right.
we produced it together. It's called a co-production, not a ghost production.
Right.
It's called co-producing.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel a flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.